Okay, so today we'll be doing a mini project, um, which I kind of started a few days ago. Hopefully, we'll conclude it today. So, so this is my 505 V6. So the car came with double circuit brake master cylinder. So no, I'm not really a fan of this master on the 504 or 505, because my previous 504, which was a GL, came with the single circuit brake master cylinder, which for me at that time was the best, because I had access to other 504 and 505 with the double circuit, and at that time their braking system we are not as effective as my GA at the time. When I mean braking, I'm talking about the stopping distance or the braking distance. The GAO was much shorter and much more effective. Um, anyway, so this one came with this, and ever since the car, I had this car, I've not really enjoyed the brake as much as I was enjoying my GA then. So, the thought came in that that was sometime late last year, the possibility of converting this. Not necessarily the possibility, because I've done that before, not on my own car, but somebody else 505, converting it to a single circuit master. So I was like, whether to do it on this one. So recently I decided, you know what, let me just do it. So, so I've gotten the conversion kit, which I'm going to show you guys soon. So, so what's going to happen is I'm going to put that single circuit master kit and drive the car. If there's an improvement, fine, I'll leave it. Even if there's not much improvement or difference between that single circuit and this one, fine, I'll leave it. But if it's worse than this, then I'll put back this. So I do the conversion in such a way that I'll be able to reverse it if I need to, back to the double circuit. This is actually not the one that came with it. I've changed this before. The the master cylinder that came with it, which was also the double circuit at some point. One of the sales failed. Um, so I think even though I could get the sale, but it just wasn't giving me what I wanted, so I had to buy a new one, and it has been serving me since then. But so let me show you guys the the kit. So now this is this is hydraulic. It's total dot four. Um, so this is the the container or the reservoir for the single circuit. Of course, I couldn't get a new one, but this one was able to get. Not that if I had gone to the market myself, I would probably have gotten a cleaner one, but this one they sent to me, I was like, fine, anyway, let's see how it goes. What really matters is I hope it doesn't leak. If it leaks, that's a big problem. When I mean leakage, I mean from here. So I'll see, I'll use it. Hopefully it doesn't leak. I'll test it before I mount it. If it doesn't leak, then I'll leave it pending when I find a cleaner one. I could see this place had a small problem and they patched it. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't also leak from here and here. So I don't know if it can be washed. We'll see, look at it because the inside looks a little bit. Anyway, so then these are brake pads. So all I needed was just one, but the person that I ordered it from couldn't understand the length I needed. So I was like, you know what, just add three different lengths. The shortest, the one nearer to the shortest side, length and then the longest. I mean, this is most likely the one I'm going to use. So these other ones I'll just keep them as spare. They weren't that expensive anyway. Now this is the Union feed. Um, I don't know I just know that they call it Union. So this will serve. I know the one I use on my GL then, that one was not different. It's more like a flat, um, it's a flat shape, unlike this. And it was actually bolted on the, what's it called, the cross member, engine cross member. Um, so that this can be able to go downside. So I'll just hang it around the cylinder, the single circuit cylinder. So I actually ordered two. It took a while for me to find this one. All the ones I was calling the market to ask were only three openings, but I was able to get four openings. So initially they sent the three, which I rejected, and was able to find someone that has this. So I was like, no, let me just buy two, even though I only need one, so that I won't have to. Because what matters is this tray too. In case any of them has problem, I can always switch and use this other one rather than delaying the whole thing. So this is a syringe. So I got a syringe. The syringe is going to serve purpose. 220 millimeter syringe. So 20 ml, I mean. So if I can open it. Okay. So what I'm going to use it to do is to draw out the old fluid. Let me show you. Okay. So I've opened it up. So you can see it now. So so this is the old this thing. So I'm going to do is you can see the hydraulic gear is basically full at the maximum mark. So I'm going to draw out the fluid. I don't want it to waste. And put it on this empty water can. So I can use it. I can transfer it to this single circuit reservoir rather than wasting it. But that will be after I must have tested this to be sure it's not leaking from this end and from this end as well. So that's the purpose for this. So I'm going to use it to throw out the fluid as much as possible. Of course, eventually some will have to flow, become a waste. But when I'm removing the current master, which is the dual circuit, the dual circuit master cylinder. So that at least I should be able to get much out, so that I'll use part of it for bleeding and then top it up with the new one. So this is the single circuit. So I requested for new one. I didn't want to bother myself with this one. I've used this brand before. It's actually good, but not the brand. I bought the fuel pump for the carburetor engine. You remember I did a new carburetor engine. So this is the brand Gaio Sun. So the fuel pump actually served me very well, and it's still there. Hopefully I'll continue to serve. Let me remove this. Okay. So this is the first time I'll be using this brand brake master cylinder. Hopefully it will serve as good as the fuel pump served me or serving. Okay. All I need is to remove Being careful. I don't want this thing to scratch the paint. Probably I should have kept something here before I dropped these things here, but anyway. So you can see. So I'm going to test this as well because before I even mount it, how do you test it? You put this, you connect this here. This is how it's supposed to be. So then I'll put this in here. I'll screw it here to this opening. Let's see whether you guys can see this. Okay, so this is it 17? Trying to remember. I used to service my 505 for my GL brake master kit all the time. All those new kits, they don't usually last. Every now and then I have to remove, change the seal, put them back. So yeah, I think it should be 17 or thereabouts. But I have my 4-way spanner for that. I probably might not need this one. I'll just use the current one on the car. This one here that goes to the clutch and master cylinder. So when you mount this thing here, you have to test the master cylinder. How do you test it? By pouring. I normally use water. So you block this hole, then pour water here, then leave it like this. Once you do that, it's supposed to start flowing out water effortlessly from this hole, this opening. If it doesn't bleed, if it doesn't flow out, then it means there's a problem here. You don't need to press it for it to push out fluid from here. It has to bleed and flow on its own. So that's how you know that okay, it's going to work. Aside that here, as long as this thing doesn't leak, so that's what I'm going to do now. First thing, I'll try and see if I can wash the inside as much as possible. But like I said, I still intend to, whenever I find a cleaner, a newer one, I'll change it. If this eventually works. Okay, so I'll get to work. Okay, so I've mounted this thing. Let me show you guys. Hold on. So I've mounted it, the reservoir on the cylinder. So so I want to test it now. So far from the base where it's joined, the cylinder is not leaking. So that's a good thing anyway. There's a seal there that's supposed to stop it from leaking. So then from here, I don't think it's leaking, but I'll monitor it anyway. So far it's not leaking from here. So now let's test the master to know if it's bleeding by itself. Though I've tested it, but I just want to show you guys. As you can see, I poured water. So if I spin it, if I turn it normal, you can see water will start flowing out. You can see. So that means it can bleed itself. If it doesn't do like this, it means there's a problem. Internally, there's a problem inside. Probably the pinion, what I also call piston, is not properly set inside. So as it is like this, then it should work. So let's see how good it now works by when I mount it. I think we tested this and it's supposed to work. But the reservoir good enough to serve for now. You can still say if I don't see a better one, I'll leave it there. Just that it will look very dirty. It's just that even the current one there is even not as I mean the color has faded anyway. So but what matters is that it works. But if I see a cleaner newer one in the future, maybe I might buy and swap it then. We'll see. So I'm going to do the swap now and then update. Alright. Okay, so I drain the water, move the water I put there for test. So it's now empty. So I've also used this syringe to suck out or draw out the old fluid. No, there's still small remaining on the second chamber. So this is the old fluid, which basically is going to serve for the building. I think what I'm going to do is, because I think this, I know I've changed this fluid for the past 2 years. I think this should be on the second year or so. So once I confirm that the single circuit works better, maybe our plan was changing the entire fluid. So I do it every 3 years. So I think I've done that in the past year or two, if I'm not mistaken. Now the color has started to change, so I may have to consider changing the entire one. So the next thing now to do is use my 11mm spanner and then slack all these 11 pipes on the dual circuit master cylinder. So this one, let's see. Okay, so like this one, this other one, the one on the upper here, I've also selected. So the next one to do is this three here. So let's see. Okay. Okay. You need to select this, all these things before you remove this. Now once you remove it from here, it might be difficult to select this one. In fact, best option, once I've done this, I can now remove this thing before I remove this too. Then pull it out. Then remove this slave cylinder, no, clutch master cylinder hose. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, so on the slack already. And the last one, okay, so I've also selected. So that's it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually select all these things. I know I changed this master, this cylinder, like in 20, I can't remember when I changed it, 2012 or 2013. It's been long. I changed this, I put a new one. So that's why I went for a new one on this. Because I remember then they were discouraging me from buying new, that I should buy new. I decided to buy new. They were saying the new one in the market are fake, will not sell. Let's look at it. Since 2013 or so. I will have to go and check my record, my logbook again, to see how long this has lasted. So if you ever need to change your master cylinder, go for a new one. It's always the best. Of course, there are different qualities in the market. Always go for the best. I remember when I changed this one, there are two. This one I bought it 7,000 naira then. Was it 2012? I think it was in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. But it was 7,000 naira then. Then there were other lower quality ones they were selling 3,000 at the time. I think it was 3,000, 3,500. I bought this one 7. But this one, I bought this single circuit 15,000. So hopefully it's up. So let's see. So I'm going to lose all these things and remove it and then see. So we'll take. Okay, so I finished removing the 3 brake pipe and the 311 nuts holding the master to the brake booster. So these are the 11 nuts. So what's remaining now is to pull it out. The next thing to do is to pull out the single dual circuit master. Okay. So okay, so this is it. You can see there's no leakage here. It's not leaking, so it really serves. So you can see that here. I'm going to clean up this place before I mount the new one. Okay, so hold on. Okay. Always have water around for cleaning your hands when you're doing brakes work. So something I forgot to mention, while testing the master, to be sure that it breathes itself. That's how I call it, to breathe itself. Also check here the pinion side, because there's a seal here that stops, they prevent fluid from leaking out from this point. So when you pour water during your test, also check whether there is a leakage, water is coming out from here. You can also use a fabric screwdriver or something, pump it from here a little, because it will push out the water with pressure from this side. Then also look to know if as you are pressing it, whether you see line of water inside. When you press a little bit, look at this side to see if it's coming out from there, which I've done on this one, and there's no sign of leakage. Okay, so what is remaining now is to clean up that place, and then the brake booster, then mount this. Alright, your bit. Something I forgot to mention. I think the next thing to do now is to mount this. This is going to be the difficult part of this conversion. Now, as you can see, these three pipes have to enter here. So these ones won't be that hard to enter. I know this is this one is close to the rear tires. This one behind, this part behind goes to the rear brake calipers. Why this particular one is for the left front hub or caliper, while this one on top is the right front caliper. So how I intend to do that, I hope this is the correct way of doing that. If it was that GL1, I know how to, it was connected. But this one is not from the GL, even though it's also 504, 505. So, even if maybe it's GL or 404, I can't remember. I think this should be the 404 one. The GL one is flat, at least on my own GL back then. So this, I'm going to put it like this. Then this particular one here that goes to the front right, I'll find a way to squeeze this thing so I can enter here. I'll turn it to enter here. The problem with this is it won't enter that easy, especially this one. And I wouldn't want to do it in such a way that the way you position it, even if you end up putting it, and you need to put back the dual circuit in pusher. Let's assume this one didn't work out, it might become a problem to reposition it back to this shape. Well, that's one of the risks. This one will not give me much problem, I hope so, to put in without really twisting the pipe that much. But this is going to be, we'll see anyway, let me not be pessimistic. But so I will look at probably the first one that I was going to enter. So I'll first test the master, slot it in, see if there will be space for me to put this. If there wouldn't be space, then I'll have to first settle with this before I put the master. Single circuit. Okay, alright, we update. So I've been able to mount both the union, the four-way union, and mount both on the master, the single circuit master, and the brake booster or the brake servo. Of course, I've also connected the fluid line to the clutch master cylinder. which is this one directly under the brake booster. Okay, so initially, let me show you guys. You can see I was thinking that the shortest brake pipe will do the work. But I now realize that for this thing to be able to fit in without giving problems, I mean the brake pipes, I have to put it on, and it has to be a little bit far from the brake master. So this short one will not be able to serve anymore, because that will not be able to get here and tighten properly. It probably would have worked if I have kept it here, but then I honestly didn't want to twist all these pipes so badly or so off from the factory shape that if I need to put back the dual circuit, it might be a problem getting them back to the original shape. So what I now did to, I have to relocate this here. So I'll leave it here for now, which probably might stay here. I mean, I don't see any issue with that, except that each time if I have to remove the battery, then I have to pull it aside and remove it. So of course I'll find a way to hang it so it doesn't shift. So what now remaining is to test for leakage. First thing first is to test to be sure that it will breathe itself, just like we did with water. Because if you do this and pour water, now I'm going to pour hydraulic now, the old one that will remove from the old dual circuit reservoir. So if I pour that fluid now, and if it doesn't come out, it means the brake pedal pressed on it. There's a rod that comes out from the brake booster, so it means I may have to adjust this master, pull it out a little so that it doesn't press on it. So that's how to know. If you don't do that, your brake will not work well. It means you may have to pump it 2 or 3 times for it to work. But if it breathes itself, it means there's small clearance between that rod, which I showed you earlier when I removed the old master. You see that rod that enters inside and touches the pinion on the master. So it means it's pressing on it. If it doesn't breathe, but if it breathes, it means it's not pressing on it. In that case, it's good enough. Okay, so let's test for the leakage. So if I pour the fluid, then I'll wash. If it bleeds, then I'll put back this here, guide it, and tight it, and then build it, release this thing. I don't need to release this one because this is the one that takes in fluid to this union. So I will loosen these 3 pipes a little bit, just to be sure that the fuel comes out from here. The 3 points, as the hydraulic is here, you have to raise it up before it can be able to push the pressure to release air, then flow out. Then I can now go to the waist and do the final breathing. Okay, so let's start. Okay, okay, so let's see. So I'm pouring this. So I'll be washing it from here. This one won't be enough. I'll have to get the new fluid to raise it. Just here. I don't think that's enough. Okay. So let me get the old fluid. So it's the new fluid. Okay. Oh, you can see it. I started breathing out. So it's okay. I don't need to do any adjustment. So always know that if you do this thing, if it doesn't breathe out here, it will not work. will not work. It means something is wrong, that this thing is pushing it, that pedal is pushing the pinion in the master, so it won't breathe well. So as it is now, I can go ahead and tie this, and then top it up. I can see it's here. I need to get it almost here, especially for breathing. See. Okay, so now I'm going to drop the camera so I can tie these things very well, and then observe if there's any leak from here, any of these pipes. If there's no leak, I really click from here when I tie them, then it means I'm good to go. We'll update. So what I mean I'm good to go is to do the breathing on the calipers. So remember, this car has a 4-way calipers, not a drum on the wheel. Okay. So I've done the leak test first on the master, and of course, what I first did was, after I started coming out, so I put this one back, then close it, poured water. I need to pour water to clean it. Water will wash off the hydraulic or brake fluid. And I now release select these 3 bolts here, pipe here. So I left this on because this is the input. So these 3 are the output. So this one goes to the right front caliper. This one to the left front caliper. Then this particular one, this last one here, goes to the rear. The rear caliper, the 2 rear calipers. So when I select them, I fill up the brake fluid. You need to fill it up so you have more pressure for you to confirm there's no leak. So after a few seconds or so, it started coming out from these 2. Brake fluid started to drop down. So I closed the 2 off. Then this one, after some seconds, it started coming out here again. So I closed it and then poured water and use rag, wipe off the water. So far I've touched my foot here. There's no water anymore of hydraulic touch. I'm not feeling any liquid on my hand anymore. So what remaining now is the full breathing. So what I'm going to do now is first to get the second person that will pump the brake. I actually need to get this self-bleeding tool for brakes and the clutch. So I won't need to, which means I can do the breathing myself without the second person. But in this case, someone will need to pump the brake pedal for me. So I'll breathe it here first. I always like doing that, even though some prefer to do it from the way. I'll breathe here first. Breathe this output on the union after this, and then I'll go to the 4 caliper, starting from the rear wheel up to the front wheel, and then drive the car, see if there's an improvement. So but so far there's a progress. So we update. Okay, so I'm starting the breathing now from here first, then the 3 output on the union before I go to the wheels, the calipers. Even though some people prefer to start the car while they are doing the breathing, brake breathing, but I prefer it to stay off. You need it to stay off. Okay, so they are starting now. You can start the pumping. Hold it. Pump. Hold it. Okay, I think I'm done with this. Pump. So I'm going to off the camera so I can be able to hold this thing and breathe it. Okay, let me try this one. Hold it. Okay. Pump. So I'm going to start the camera so I can put my hand while I hold it while we're doing it. Okay, we update. So I finished breathing here. I poured water, I've cleaned it up. So this one just went down a little. So I'm going to add a little bit more fluid before I go to the. What is remaining now is the caliper. So I'm going to start from the rear right, the rear left, then front right, then complete it on the front left. Okay, so I don't think I need to hold the camera to do that. That's just the normal building this thing. So if you want to know how to build caliper, maybe you watch a review for a video for that. Because I need to use both hands. I can use one hand, but I don't really. I want to focus while I'm doing that. Maybe I'll do it on one of the front, hold the camera and do it and show you guys. Okay, so let's start. I want to build. This is the front left. I don't know if I'll be able to hold this camera. Okay. Let's see. I'll try the best I can. Alright, pump. Call it. Oh, this one has one, man. This has one. The nipple has one. Okay. Well, I need to change it. Release. Pump. Hold it. Release. Pump. Hold it.
Why don't you use the other big funnel?
Okay, I don't think there's any air anymore. Release.
It's from the funnel now.
Pump. So once you are done bleeding, you pour water here. Don't leave it filled here. When you pour water, stop. When you pour water, it will help clean up the hydraulic so that when it dries off, if it's leaking, it will show itself. And also, hydraulic is not good to stay permanently or too long on metal and rubber. Okay, so I'm going to top up the fluid. Hold on. Let me do that now. Okay, so I'll leave it here first, and so I can cover it. I think it's a little too much. Okay. Alright. So maybe I'll reduce it a little bit. I'll leave it like this for now, as long as it's not dripping from here. And then drive the car the whole day, see if there's any improvement, and then update. So we are done with the installation or the conversion for now until I do the test drive and confirm. So we update later.